Aloha gang, how you guys all doing? We're out here in beautiful Kaneohe. We're just up here on our Hui'awa project that we just got underway. Been up here just less than a week now, and they really went at actually more demo than I was expecting. Ended up just tearing out all the new drywall and just gonna start fresh, and we're gonna do all the new electrical. So this is a project that initially we put an offer in, and we didn't actually like the numbers. I put the offer in, and I do it a lot of times, and without looking at the house, I just kind of guesstimated what a rehab would have been. I think we guesstimated about 80 grand for a rehab based upon the pictures, and what they did was they actually had really nice pictures. So when I got to the house, and I don't recommend doing this unless you're kind of more advanced, but then when I got to the house, I looked at the house and it needed a ton of work. So we were gonna either pull out or we asked for credit. So we ended up getting a $50,000 credit to really make this deal sweet and make it work. So we got a nice $50,000 credit, which dropped our, everything big time and really made this deal a real sweet deal. And now, even a bonus, we just got our plans and everything drawn up and our permits, and we gained about 1,000 square feet. So this house, from an 1,800 square foot home, turned into a 2,800 square foot home, which I knew we were going to gain square footage, but I wasn't sure exactly how much. From the previous owner, they basically enclosed a lot of things, lanais and some rooms, which I wasn't sure the exact amount, but now that's huge, and square footage is huge. That's, again, I was talking the other day, it's probably 60%, 70% of how you appraise a home is your square footage. So by gaining another 1,000 square feet, we just gained a ton of money, ton of value into this project. So that's a good thing to look for, you guys, when you're looking at homes that may not have permitted square foot areas. If you do go route of permitting it, then you're going to gain the square footage, and which is return gain a better value of the home. And really, for us, it just made us feel more secure of this value of after repair value, what we'll sell this home for. So your after repair value, again, is your ARV is the number one item to make sure you get right. Your ARV is going to make it or break it. If you're off on that number, that's how you lose money. And especially when you do this, we're going to sell this just shy of $1 million. So if you're off, 50,000, that's a huge hit. In the Midwest, where $100,000 houses, you can be off by 5 or 10 grand and won't really hurt you that much. But up here, your ARVs are so important. And to check how I look at my ARVs, I look at comps. I look at comparables by square footages. On this island, we have access to MLS through a couple websites, as well as I'll look at Zillow, get a Zestimate, look at Redfin, get a Redfin estimate, whatever it's called, and I'll look at tax appraised value. Tax appraised value is the value that the state deems the house is worth, and they are figuring that out by the square footage of the home times the average square foot value of the neighborhood, and that's how the state kind of figures out the tax appraised value. So I take all that information, weigh it out differently per, obviously less for Zillow, weigh it out for the resources of the accountability of the website, maybe more so, and come up with my ARV. So I'm just filling my head full of information of how I'm finding this ARV, and so that's a really trick of the trade, is to figure out the proper ARV, because that is your end all be all number. You're backing everything down from that number. So your ARV minus your rehab minus your realtor's cost, financing costs, purchase price is all backed down from that number. So if you are off on that, everything is off, and it goes negative. And this business in this state, negative is a big negative a lot of times, can be. So yeah, make sure you get the right ARB. So let's give you a quick tour of this bad boy and show you how much they have demoed. This is our, I don't know, second or third can by now. So we're moving. Let me turn it on. So here we go. So here's our car part. We're actually gonna change up this whole beam right here. So this is gonna be a big glulam beam that we're gonna push up into the ceiling. And really, the idea is to open this up, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's really a low hanging ceiling. So we'll push that up and then open this all up. So it's just a big open carpet. Get rid of all these extra beams basically in the middle. Get rid of all that crap and just open up. I'll show you some issues that we're having on this projects from the start. So originally we drafted to open up to this wall, but you can see we have plumbing, drains and breather stacks and everything. So it'd be really difficult to open that one up. Being that we have so many beam work, we're not as sure on that. So here's another one. So this is gonna be a big 4x8 window, but you can see this beam running down, holding up that roof. That's a big problem. So we're gonna have a 4x10 header that's gonna run across this thing with some huge support beams as well. So all that kind of work. And where my buddy Courtney at? Courtney, where you at? I'm gonna copy your fireplace, man. I love your work. My buddy Courtney does beautiful work. I always feel like our homes are very similar a lot of times. So this is our open. This is opened up huge. I don't know if you can tell, but this was a room before. Garage, room, now open. And then this is our kitchen. So the kitchen will come all the way out to where this window is, and this wall is going. So again, another problem. See all these supports and stuff like that? So you don't just open a wall, you gotta figure out how to open that wall. What kind of beam? So we're gonna run another header up above this, sit it on some 4x4s. Probably we'll do, probably overkill and put a glulam beam up there, just make it, buff it up. And you see another issue is this kitchen, old lanai area, you step down. So we're gonna have to fill this all up, get this all filled and level, so we have a level kitchen. You can kind of see, so that wall is going, this wall is going as well from right there. So all of that will go and just create this. You can already see it, it's a big open space, open kitchen, open layout. Another issue is they've added all of this out here. You can see there's, I don't know, 10 plus beams out here. So a lot of these will be changed and just kind of cleaned out. They added, this is a added bedroom in the back. They extended a bedroom, and so we're gonna clean that all up. So this beam will be gone, this beam, that beam will be gone. So a lot of that stuff will be gone. And actually this small little roof will be gone that they makeshift. Then outside, we're gonna have to pour some cement and kind of level that all off, because again, that was leveled inside. You gotta be able to come up with all these problems. Got some cement work, gutter work. You know, we got this pretty ugly wall, but we'll fix all that up and have a nice, nice white vinyl fence around this house. So you can kind of see how ugly this wall is, and it's horrible. So we kind of have that same issue throughout this house, being that we're taking down a lot of these walls. So when you take down a wall, it's not just take down the wall, it's what do you do that's holding up the wall is important. So you can see these are called headers that you have above your doorways, and they sit basically to hold support of the missing doorway area that has no support, right? So you almost have to, we'll have to take this whole beam out and run a new header that connects all the way, and it'll sit on some 4x4s and sit on some other 4x4s as well. And that's being just to hold the load of the whole place of what's above. So this is the added bedroom. Now it's our storage for material. It says 14 grand of material I just ordered. I have everything sitting here. So again, this will be open up. You can't really tell the layout because we're down to the studs. These guys just went all the way. These guys are torn it out big time, which is fine. I wasn't planning on doing all of that, but you know, newer, cleaner is better than me. So this is upstairs. You can see they're dropping in some windows. So again, the same issue up there. Same issue up there. We're gonna have opening up this wall. So this wall will be opened as well into this huge bedroom and a walk-in closet over there. Throwing the rubbish out. So that same kind of issue when you open up things. And let me just show you how awesome this roof is. Look at that roof, beautiful roof. You can see this roof. But again, that's a lot of times what flipping is. It's figuring out problems and solving them in a cost-effective way. You know, we just came from another house. I have a partner who's awesome, but you know, they want to do certain things that would look great and all, but you have to keep to a budget. You have to keep to a cost. So I have that in the back of my head. What can we do to keep it cost, but still keep it nice? Like doing that fireplace wall actually probably doesn't do nothing but cost more, but it'd be nice. They're getting all the windows in. We just got this sliding door you see right behind us in. So I got a lot of special things ordered. I did a custom front door that my wife picked out, her burgundy front door with some cool slit glass. So I just want to design it. You know, I always ask my wife, what do you think about this or that? Or, you know, I always like to get her opinion because I'm colorblind and she knows that. But so yeah, figure out your ARV is huge on a job, you know, especially when you're running into these $1 million projects that you got to be on it with your budgets and your costs and so forth. Otherwise, you get eaten alive. And I only know from experience. We've had probably up to close to 50 flips now. We have 2 big losses. We had on our second deal ever. We lost 80 grand on our second deal ever, and that was a hard loss. But you know, we kept moving forward. Made 90 in the next one, and you know, losing 80 grand, you feel that for a while. Because we were off on our ARV. We were being pushy, you know, a lot of times. Well, hopefully you get that. But now we like to stick to, from experience, what really works and numbers work. And, you know, you just learn from this. It's a business that takes no prisoners kind of thing. And if you make a mistake, you'll pay for it. And there's no way out a lot of times. And move on to the next one and move on to the next one and learn from it and take them and learn from them. You know, it's all roses you guys see on a lot of our work and the things we do, but there is a lot behind the scenes that you may not entail that may entail, especially when you get large like what we do with, I know we own, I always say about 15 we own. I think we're 12, buying 4. Let's just round it off at 15. That's kind of our magic number we stick at. But owning 15 projects, about 12 million or so we own in projects, funneling all of that. When we first got big into doing 15 projects, it was a big learning curve, being that now I got a $60,000 mortgage to take care of. Now I'm, you know, dropping, some weeks we'll drop like 100 grand in a week, you know. So managing all of that properly with multiple going on and knowing what's coming up and what you have going on is it's challenging when you first learn how to do it. Like things, for example, this project, for example, we have a rehab budget of 120,000, but I don't get that funds. I don't get that money until I do work. So I have to carry it, you know, 30,000, 40,000 a lot of times, and float that until I can be able to pull from my hard money lender. So you multiply that by 15, that's a lot, right? So, you know, managing that side of all things is very much, you know, I have things written down, planned out. I do a lot. And when I first was learning, I got that last year. I really felt that, you know, trying to manage it all and keep all of it running, of course. in getting things done, because ultimately you need to get things done. You don't want to stop the flow of any project. You don't want to stop anything, so you have to keep the flow going. So we've learned from that, and now the learning we have is now we get enough. I was trying to use a lot of my funds into deals, so forth, and now we just learned that you just got to have other people's money all the way in a full deal. You got to have hard money, private money covering the whole deal, instead of trying to almost scratch and have, because you will end up having funds into deals to keep them moving as you get. For example, your polls don't come until later, or you do run into overage of a deal. This one, for example, we budgeted 120, and now I'm actually estimated we might actually hit 150. We'll see. But you know, I have to cover that, be able to have that in reserves for a deal. So yeah, money management is definitely, it's a whole new world, especially for me, because these are big numbers. I'm so used to the little life of $1,000 or $2,000, and now these are adding a couple extra zeros to these numbers, which, it gets crazy sometimes. But you just got to keep the job flowing and moving forward. And we're lucky we've figured out our weaknesses, and made it better, and made better systems and better management, and better understanding of how we do it. Now we have separate accounts for every house, and separate funds, everything set up into it all, things like that. But it still gets a lot, especially you're dealing $1-million properties, multiple of them. And again, I don't get paid until I sell a house. So you guys think I make a lot of money, but I don't make money until I sell a house. So, everyone else makes money, but I don't make money until I sell a house. And, that's part of the deal. And I know what I'm getting into. And, it's a lifestyle where you got to be able to already have ups and downs, with all of that entails. But yeah, sad day for us, and my family. Lost grandma today, so pretty sad about that. But yeah, this is Kaneohe Pui'awa coming at you. You guys have a beautiful day. Aloha.